welcome back to Awesome Possum Hobbies and Games. I am Chris, and it is my favorite time of the year. Yes, it is time for another magic release. It feels like it was just yesterday when Mountain Horizons 3 came out, and before that, it just feels like it's been steamrolling. Magic the Gathering, this is Bloomburrow, and this is the bundle. So this comes with 9 play boosters. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back. A cardboard box, which these boxes are fantastic if you just like to have some storage things. 15 traditional foils and 15 regular basic lands. And of course, the oversized spin down life count, which is one of my favorite parts of the bundle. And then alternate art, traditional foil, Thunder Trap Trainer. Let's go ahead and open up and check her out. So on the side, there's these nifty little things that don't work all the time. Good job with the little foil to make sure that box is sealed, though right there it doesn't really make a huge difference. Let's go ahead and open up and see what's on the inside. First thing is a little information things. See what all the fuzz is about, and of course some great artwork featuring otters, frogs, rats, bunnies, and other animals, because that is what this set is all about, is the critters. So inside the box, you have these nice little cardboard cutouts with a little punch outs for counters on both sides, as well as I am a big fan of these little cardboard cutouts, because for long boxes, these are great for sorting cards. The rest of this goes straight in the recycling. Also in here is the spin down. Let's go ahead and we'll zoom in on the spin down here shortly. You get 9 booster packs, which is down from the all-time high of 10 booster packs being in the bundle. And of course, this nice little cardboard box, which is perfect for going in any bag for keeping track of all your trade stuff if you don't use binders. And of course, 9 booster packs. Let's go ahead and open up what's in the whack packs first. And we'll start with this one. Let's zoom in. Not too much. So let's go ahead and talk about the dice first. So here's a nice little spin down. This is an oversized spin down. Here is the Assassin's Creed regular size spin down, just to put things in perspective. This one's about 20% bigger, so it's very good. And then of course there's the set symbol for the 1 and then the 20. There you go. Onto the actual wax packs. First thing is some information on how to cast spells, popular magic formats, and then what to do on your turn. Let's go ahead and show the non-foils first, because that's what I randomly opened. So a little closer. And planes. These are some beautiful artwork. Planes. More planes. That should be a snow-covered land. Island. 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 Another missed opportunity for snow-covered. Swamp. Swamp. Snow-covered swamp. But it's not snow. Mountain. More mountain. Another mountain with snow, but not snow-covered. Forest. Forest. And of course, forest. I need to get out the Sharpie and just write snow-covered on that, because they definitely look like snow-covered land. Let's go ahead and get into the packs themselves. Wax pack number 2. This is the foil one. This is including the Thunder Trap Trainer for 1 blue, 1 generic for a creature otter wizard. It's a 1/2 with Offspring 4, new mechanic. So for an extra 4 generic mana, you may pay an additional 4 as you cast a spell. If you do, you get to create a creature that enters as a 1/1 token copy of this particular card. And then when this card enters the battlefield, now it's been changed just to enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Non-creature, non-land. So it's all about those spells and artifacts. As long as they're not artifact creatures, of course. And then let's go into the full lands. Ooh, these are pretty. These are incredibly pretty. Let's go ahead and go into them one at a time. Plains. Island. They mix them up. Swamp. Mountain. Like how all the critters are hanging out. Raccoon there. Bunny on the forest. regular plains, another regular plains, island, swampage, more swamp, mountain, forest, and the last forest. It's interesting that they have like 3 sets of different kinds of full art lands for the non-foil, but they only included 1 each in the foil pack, which is kind of a shame. I'm sure they did that to try to sell more cards, but that's a real shame. Missed opportunity by Wizards to help out the people who buy the bundles. Let's go ahead and get into these 9 booster packs. They include 14 cards each, and they have a random chances of getting more than 1 rares. I'm only going to stop on the interesting cards and the rare. So if something has a new type of play mechanic, I'll stop on it. If not, I'm just going to stop at the rares. Gifted, a tapped fish. So the gifted is a new thing. What you may promise, like this one is 1 green Longstock Brawl, sorcery, and gift a tapped fish. So gifted will be whatever it says. You know, gift a card, gift a tapped creature. This one particular one is a 1/1 blue fish creature token, and then you get the rest of the effect, because that's not the gifted part. So choose a target creature you don't control, and a target creature you control, and target creature you don't control. Put a +1/+1 counter on the creature you control, and then if it was gifted, it was promises, then those creatures fight each other. So, you know, the fight will happen no matter what, but the +1/+1 counter does not necessarily always happen. Only if you give them a 1/1 sacrificial token. We'll keep going. Offspring, we've already touched on. Gift of food, so instead of creating a fish token, this one's gifting a food token. Interesting land. Innkeeper's Talent, 1 green, 1 generic for a enchantment class. So you gain a level as a sorcery to the next level as a sorcery to add its ability. So no matter what, you're going to have that regular level 1 at the beginning of your combat on your turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. To get level 2, you have to pay 1 green as a sorcery. Permanents you control with counters on them have ward 1. And then for level 3, for an additional 1 green, 3 generic, if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or a player, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. So it is a doubling season with a few extra steps. Interesting card, and only as a rare. That's not bad. There's an island and the foil card. Good, nice full process on there. Let's see if they warp over time. And then Manifold Mouse token, which is interesting because that's a kind of a rare. Let's go on to the next pack. Only 9 packs in this box, while the prices stay the same, because they're trying to say that the play boosters are more expensive, but you're getting less product in there because, well, play boosters are supposed to be more expensive. It's how Wizards is trying to get more money out of its players. Which is a shame. Of course, the price point for these are about, I paid $50 for it, $49.99. So the rare in this one is Wishing Well. 1 blue, 3 generic for a artifact. Tap, put a coin counter on Wishing Well. When you do, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with mana value equal to the number of coin counters on Wishing Well from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Allows you to be able to play those spells over and over and over again. Of course, you have to go through and have a certain number of coins on them, and it has to be equal. So, you know, it's diminishing returns. Equal to. Is that equal to or less? Ooh, 2 rare pack. Hugs! Grizzly Guardian for 2 green, 2 red, and X. It's a 5/5 legendary creature, Badger Warrior. Trample. Hugs the Guardian, enters the battlefield. Exile the top X cards of your library until end of turn. End of your next turn. Important. You may play those cards. You may play additional lands on each of your turns. So be able to play additional lands as well as be able to have a lot of extra cards. And only for, if you want, you can only pay 4/4 for a 5/5 trample that gives you that extra ability. Yes, please. It's not a bad card. Not bad for legendary. Foil Swamp. Pretty card. Frilled Sharpshooter. Double rare or double foil pack and an art card. You're going to see more of these art cards now and then, and you're not going to see any of those list cards that were promised to us previously. They have completely been replaced now with special guest cards. So one less thing that Wizards is giving us. They give it, and then they take it. Which is unfortunate. I was a big fan of the list cards. I know a lot of people were. So let's go ahead and go through this next pack. Pack number 2. Feels like 3. Yep, pack 3. And the rare, great rare, 3-Tree City legendary land. As 3-Tree City enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. It taps to produce a colorless mana, or you could pay 2 generic and tap. Choose a color, add an amount of mana of the color equal to the number of creatures you control of the chosen type. So if you have a lot of otters, or a lot of frogs, or a lot of goblins, or a lot of elves, this could be a great card for you. This is going straight in my elf deck. My elf ball will love this card. Just got Swamp and Heaped Harvest. So only a single rare pack, but that rare is significant. I bet the price on that card will fall like a stone. We'll see though. It goes into quite a few different creature decks. Lots of gift cards. It's all about interacting with your opponents, giving them stuff. Boy, that stuff doesn't help them. Interesting little Rockface Village. Taps to produce only red mana, only to cast creature spells. Goes perfectly in a creature deck. And the rare, Clement, the Worrywart. A green, a blue, and 1 generic for a 3/3 legendary creature frog druid. Vigilance! And then whenever this card or another creature you control enters, return up to 1 target creature you control with lesser mana value to its owner's hand. Lesser mana value, great. And then frogs you control have tap to produce a green or blue. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. This is going right in my CDC deck. Fantastic card. And then, of course, on to the next pack. Of course, the art card. And the rest of the pack. Man, I miss those fun little cards for the list. It's a real shame that Wizards is stopping to include that, because it was a great source of reprints. I understand why they're not doing that, because they want to have other sources of reprints that be able to get your money. Bloomburrow has a lack of good reprints in the set, and also in their commander portion of their set. Mist Breath Elder for 1 green. It's a 2/2 for only 1 green. That's not bad. Creature Frog Warrior at the beginning of your upkeep. Return another creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Otherwise, you may return this card to its owner's hands. It's good. It says may, so if this is the only creature in play, for only 1 green, you can just have a 2/2, just constantly swinging. Of course, if you put another creature into play, you're going to have to put it into your hand if it has, if it's in play during your upkeep at the same time as this guy. Ooh, double rare pack. Dragonhawk Fate's Tempest. For 2 red, 3 generic, for a 5/5 legendary creature, bird dragon flying. Whenever this card enters attacks or enters Exile the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. You may play those cards until your next end step. At the beginning of your next end step, Dragonhawk deals 2 damage to each opponent for each of those cards that are still exiled. Wow! So this does a lot. It allows you to be able to play extra cards from the top of your deck. It also allows you to be able to do some extra damage. If you don't, it doesn't punish you as much by making it so these cards, you don't play those cards, it's going to do more damage. So a lot of fun. Thrilled I got this guy. It's going to go straight in my dragon deck and straight in. I need to get another copy for a couple other decks. On to the next pack. This is pack number 6. Of course, advertisements. Oh, no, not an advertisement. This is a food token. It's not bad. Might of the Meek. The rare Moria Trash Tactician. Hey, raccoon. They're acknowledging raccoons are trash pandas. For a green, a red, and 1 generic for a 2/4 legendary creature, Raccoon Warrior. At the beginning of your first main phase, add a red or green for each raccoon you control. So reward you for having those trash pandas. Whenever you expend 4, you gain 3 life. You expend 4 as you spend your 4th total mana to cast spells during your turn. So it has to be for casting spells. It can't be for activating abilities that cost mana. It has to be for spending mana on spells. Whenever you expend 8, exile top 2 cards of your library until end of your next turn. You may play those cards. So it's not end of this turn, it's still end of your next turn. So it rewards you for being able to spend that mana every single turn. Nice. And then next card, Forest and Downwind Ambusher. On to the next pack. Pack number 7. So far 2 double rare packs, which is quite significant. Dour Port Mage. It's a 1 blue, 1 generic for a 1/3 creature frog wizard. And whenever 1 or more other creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card. So if you put them back in your hand, or if you blink it, if you do all kinds of different effects, as long as it didn't die, if it was exiled or whatever, as long as it didn't die, you could draw a card. And then for a blue and 1 generic, you can tap and return another target creature you control to its owner's hand, which is another way of making it so you can draw some more cards. This is a nice little card draw engine. I wouldn't be surprised if you see it in a blink deck, be able to have some extra draw cards. Of course, my Mother Machines deck won't be able to play it because it is blue. No rare foils yet, but going on to pack number 8. Pack number 8. 8 is great. Let's see if this pack is great. Take out the trash. We'll have to wait until after the pre-releases today to get the pre-release video out. Local game store won't sell me a pre-release kit until after they're done. So this rare is Tender Wild Guide for a green and 1 generic for a 2/2. It's a creature possum druid. Yes, the awesome possums are in town. In effect, for 2/2, it has offspring of 2, so you may pay an additional 2 generic mana as you cast a spell. If you do, you get a token that is a 1/1 token copy of it. This one taps to reduce a 1 mana and a color, and then also put a +1/+1 counter on this creature to make it grow. And of course, that 1/1 token can also grow as well if you don't have any way of spending that mana. It's not a bad card. Not bad at all. It's an awesome possum too, which is big fan of. your awesome possum games. And to the last pack. Love those possums. Great keyword. We need more of that, wizards. There's more that I can have on my channel. I'll have, once there's enough, I'll have to build a possum deck. Will it be any good? Probably not. Still look forward to it. Repel Calamity. Destroy target creature with power or toughness 4 or greater. Not a bad little removal spell. Look for it in your pre-release kit if you're playing pre-release this weekend. Hired Claw. This is the showcase version. Hired Claw. 1 red mana for a 1/2 creature lizard mercenary. So it's not a lizard wizard, but you know, lizard mercenaries, kind of cool. Whenever you attack with 1 or more lizards, Hired Claw deals 1 damage to target opponent. For a red and 1 generic, put a +1/+1 counter on Hired Claw. Activate only if an opponent lost life this turn. Only once each turn. It's still not a bad red card. I think after rotation, we're gonna have to see how that red deck wins evolves, and I bet this card might have a place in it. We'll see. It's a wait and see thing. I'm excited about rotation. I don't know about y'all. Oh no. And Cragflame, missile token equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has vigilance, trample, and haste. I wonder what card makes that. We'll have to open it and see. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic week. And remember to, of course, keep it rolling. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please take the time to like the video and subscribe if you'd like to stay updated. Have a great day and keep them rolling.